Welcome to today's History Shorts. It's May 17th, a day of financial revolutions, civil rights milestones, and global breakthroughs, from the creation of Wall Street to a historic Supreme Court ruling. What happened today still echoes around the world. Let's take a quick trip back in time and uncover the power of this day in history. Chapter 1. The Birth of Wall Street, 1792. On May 17, 1792, beneath a humble but mud tree on Wall Street in New York City, 24 stockbrokers signed what's now known as the Buttonwood Agreement. It was the birth of the New York Stock Exchange, the beating heart of global finance. At the time, the US economy was still in its infancy, and this agreement was designed to bring structure and trust to the trading of bonds and stocks. What started as a handshake deal under a tree quickly evolved into one of the most powerful financial institutions in the world. Today, the NYSE moves trillions of dollars and influences markets across every continent. But its roots trace back to a simple pact between a few men who believed in commerce, growth, and the future of a young nation. May 17, 1792, the day Wall Street was born, and with it, a new era of capitalism. Chapter 2.1. The founding of the ITU, 1865. May 17, 1865, in a small but significant gathering in Paris, 20 nations came together to form the International Telegraph Union. This organization was the first of its kind, aimed at standardizing telegraphy across borders during a time when long-distance communication was revolutionizing the world. Over time, this organization evolved to meet the demands of new technology. Today, we know it as the International Telecommunication Union, or ITU, a specialized agency of the United Nations. It plays a crucial role in shaping the global infrastructure of communications, from setting technical standards to coordinating satellite orbits and ensuring that the internet functions across the globe. Whether it's Morse code in the 19th century or 5 grams networks today, the ITU has stood at the heart of international cooperation in communication. Without it, your phone calls, texts, or live streams might never have crossed a single border. So yes, May 17th isn't just a date on the calendar. It's the birth date of global connection. Chapter 3. Norway declares independence. 1874. May 17, 1874, while many parts of Europe were caught in the web of empires and unions, Norway made a bold move. Though officially united with Sweden since 1814, Norwegians longed for national identity and self-rule. On this day, they took a significant step forward in their quest for independence, sparking a wave of patriotism that would ultimately lead to full separation in 1905. This wasn't just a political maneuver, it was a cultural awakening. Norwegians began embracing their language, their traditions, and their history with renewed pride. Schools emphasized Norwegian culture, literature flourished, and a strong sense of national identity began to form. Today, May 17th is celebrated as Constitution Day, Norway's most important national holiday. Streets fill with people dressed in traditional outfits called bonnets. Parades fill every city, and flags fly from nearly every home. But it's not just about pageantry, it's about freedom, resilience, and a nation that chose its own path. So when you see Norwegians celebrating on May 17th, remember, it's not just a holiday. It's a proud reminder of a nation's journey toward independence. Chapter 4. Discovery of the Antikythera mechanism. 1902. Back in 1902, off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera, sponge divers stumbled upon what seemed like a pile of corroded bronze and ancient ruins. But hidden among the wreckage of a 200-year-old Roman-era ship was something far more mysterious, a device unlike anything ever seen from the ancient world. This was the Antikythera mechanism, a complex arrangement of gears and dials that would later be called the world's first analog computer. Built by ancient Greek scientists around 100 BCE, the mechanism could predict solar and lunar eclipses, track the movements of celestial bodies, and even mark Olympic game cycles. Its sophistication stunned historians and scientists alike, because nothing even close to this level of mechanical precision would appear again for over 1,000 years. With modern technology like X-ray imaging and 3D modeling, researchers have been slowly unlocking its secrets. The Antikythera mechanism challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient science. It tells us that innovation isn't just modern. The minds of the past were just as brilliant, and sometimes just as advanced as our own. One sunken ship, one forgotten device, and a whole new understanding of what ancient civilizations were truly capable of. Chapter 5. Nazi Germany invades Belgium. 1940. On May 17, 1940, the world watched as Nazi Germany launched a brutal invasion of Belgium during the early stages of World War II. It was part of Hitler's sweeping offensive through Western Europe, a blitzkrieg strategy designed to crush resistance quickly with overwhelming speed and force. Belgium, despite declaring neutrality, found itself caught in the storm. German tanks rolled through the Ardennes forest, bypassing the heavily fortified Maginot Line, and within days, cities like Brussels were under siege. The Belgian army fought courageously, but outmatched and outgunned. They couldn't stop the advance. Civilians fled in panic, buildings crumbled under relentless bombing, and the fall of Belgium sent shockwaves through the Allied nations. This invasion wasn't just another military maneuver, it was a turning point that revealed the true scale and brutality of Nazi aggression. It also signaled that no country, no matter how neutral, would be spared in Hitler's quest for domination. By the end of May, Belgium had surrendered. But the resistance spirit never died. Belgian underground fighters, alongside the Allies, would later rise again, proving that even in the darkest moments, courage can never be conquered. Chapter 6, Brown v. Eck. Board of Education Decision. 1954. On May 17, 1954, the United States Supreme Court delivered one of the most transformative decisions in American legal history, Brown v. Eck, Board of Education of Topeka. In a unanimous 9-0 ruling, the court declared that racial segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. This landmark case overturned the 1896 Plessy v. Eck Ferguson decision, which had established the doctrine of separate but equal. But the truth was separate was never equal. Chief Justice Earl Warren wrote the decision, stating, "In the field of public education, the doctrine of separate but equal has no place. Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal." The Brown ruling became a catalyst for the civil rights movement. It ignited protests, marches, and a new wave of activism that would eventually bring about broader changes in voting rights, housing, and employment law. But the truth was separate was never equal. Black students were often relegated to underfunded schools, facing inferior facilities and fewer opportunities, simply because of the color of their skin. Thurgood Marshall, who argued the case, and would later become the first black Supreme Court justice, presented powerful evidence showing how segregation harmed children psychologically and reinforced a system of racial inferiority. May 17th became not just a legal milestone, but a moral turning point. It reminded the nation that justice delayed is justice denied, and equality under the law must mean equality in life. Chapter 7. Who removes homosexuality from its list of mental disorders? 1990. On May 17, 1990, the World Health Organization made a groundbreaking decision. It officially removed homosexuality from its international classification of diseases. For decades, being gay was falsely labeled as a mental illness by institutions across the world. This harmful classification fueled stigma, discrimination, and even dangerous conversion therapies in many countries. But the WHO's action marked a critical step toward global LGBTQ+ rights and mental health justice. The change didn't just affect policy, it challenged deep-rooted biases in medicine, psychology, and society. It was a clear message: being gay is not a disease. It's not something to be cured. It's simply part of the human experience. This decision inspired activists and governments worldwide. In fact, May 17th is now celebrated as the International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia, a day to promote inclusion, understanding, and equal rights for all. It's a reminder that progress is possible when science, empathy, and human rights come together. And it all began with one decision that helped millions feel seen, accepted, and valued. And that's a wrap on today's history for May 17th. From stock market milestones to civil rights victories and global celebrations of freedom, this day is packed with powerful moments that still echo through time. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss what happened on your day in history. Got a favorite moment from today's episode? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow with more stories that shape the world.